Hey y'all, so for today's astrology quickie, I want to do a deep dive kind of into chart interpretation, more specifically how to use your birth chart to answer specific questions about yourself. So for example, like say you're like, oh, I have a real passion for fashion and I love looking at editorials and I love addressing people and blah, blah, blah. But I want to know if this is something that I should turn into a career or should it just remain a hobby, or what should I do with this? What are the avenues that I have a natural inclination for doing? So we're going to explore that question using this chart. So this will kind of be all about using the sign that rules each house to kind of make them talk to the planets that are in each house. So we're using rulership to answer these questions. So remember, our question is, I have a passion for fashion. What in the world should I be doing with this passion? Passion for fashion, Venus rules aesthetics. So let's look at where Venus is. We see that this person's Venus is in the 10th house, okay? 10th house is the home of career and reputation. So we're already off to a good start. Things are looking so far pretty good for this person. So next, let's look at what sign is on the cusp of the 10th house. And in this case, that would be Libra. And what planet rules Libra? Venus. So this is actually making a lot of sense. It makes sense to me that this person loves fashion, and they're known for always looking good, and they're known for making others look good, because Venus is in their 10th and Libra is ruling their 10th house. So this all makes a lot of sense. So since this is a career question, it's a career related question, or it could be a career related question. What do we associate with career? We associate making money with our career. So let's look at the money houses, which are typically the second house and the 8th house, but let's focus on the 2nd house right now. So Aquarius is the 2nd house ruler, and we also have Saturn chilling in the 2nd house. So remember, as I said in a previous video, the sign that is ruling the house is the theme of that house, right? Because when we think of signs, we think of adjectives. That's the first thing we think of. So that's like something to remember when you think of this. Aquarius, you think of humanitarian, you think, well, that's a noun, but you also think of uniqueness, and you think of different, something that's different, something that's done in a unique way. So this person will likely make their money in a unique way, or doing something that is unique. We have Saturn in there. What the planets do in houses, the planets are more like verbs. And I talked about that in another video as well. They're gonna kind of control the actions that are going on pertaining to that house. So we know that, Saturn it can be a restrictive planet. It lets us know that wherever it is in your chart, it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a steady but slow process into achieving whatever you're trying to do within the matters of that house. But anyway, let's get back to business. So Aquarius, the planet that rules Aquarius is Uranus. And where is Uranus? It is in the 1st house in this chart. So that lets me know that that brings entrepreneurship to mind, because if you're looking to the 2nd house ruler to figure out, where you can make your money, and the planet that's ruling that sign is in the 1st house. The 1st house is the house of self. What does that tell you? So far, things are looking really good for this person. We've established that This person definitely has a natural talent for developing a career for themselves in the fashion industry or pertaining to an industry that is heavily influenced by aesthetics and what people like. And then we've established that this person has a natural talent for making money on their own. Next thing you want to look at in terms of career choice is the sixth house, because the sixth house rules work environment. This person's sixth house is ruled by Gemini. That lets us know one of two things depending on what else is going on in the chart. It could mean that, because remember, Gemini rules all forms of communication, so this person could be working in or around a place that pertains to communicating with other people. It also rules short distance travel, but also Gemini signifies having more than one of something. So if sixth house rules work environment, this could mean that this person works in multiple locations. Which could indicate that maybe they have two jobs. Maybe they do fashion and something else. Or maybe their career in fashion takes them to multiple different places. But let's get a better understanding of this by looking at where Gemini's ruler is in this chart. Okay, so Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is in the 11th house. Okay, so wherever this place is, 11th house rules groups. So wherever this place is, it's going to be dealing with groups of people or a group of people. So this person could be working in an environment, making their money in an environment that is servicing groups or deals with large groups of people. So again, we want to keep this in the realm of the fashion industry because that's what this person wants to do. So this person could be costuming for groups of people, or they could be, making clothes for specific groups of people. I'm thinking like maybe dance teams or uniforms or something like that. So the last place that we want to look as far as career and making money is the 8th house. So this person's, and 8th house rules the resources and the income that you get from other people. If someone is trying to start their own business, I always say look to the 8th house ruler and what's going on in the 8th house for your for your main clientele, because those are the people who are going to be giving you their money. This person's 8th house is ruled by Leo. Leo rules children, it rules theater, it rules acting, dance, sports. Let me see. Did I say children already? Fame. So the sun rules Leo, and where is the sun in this chart? It's in the 11th house. So there goes that group again. So, and then Mars is also in there. In terms of career, Mars rules like military, people in the service industry, so like firefighters, police officers. But again, like I said, planets are generally action words, verbs. So Mars here could simply mean that you might have to be assertive to make your way to the top, or you might have to be assertive to get to where you want to be with your clientele, or maybe you might have some really assertive or aggressive clientele that always need their things quickly. So your clientele may make your job, or it might make your experience very fast paced. But overall, this would tell me that your clientele is probably going to be either people in theater, people in sports, possibly famous people, or dealing with something in like elementary schools, because Leo rules children. So if this were my chart and I was answering my question on what exactly I should do in the fashion industry because I want a career in fashion, I would probably try to, if I was in, you have a few options here. You could do costuming for a school, for like children's plays for an elementary school. You could do design like uniforms for a dance team, a youth dance team. Or you could shoot for the stars and, try to design costumes for like plays or theater. You could maybe start in your community, or you could like try to make your way to like off-Broadway stuff or something like that. But I definitely see a person with this chart pursuing a career in the fashion industry. Like I said, with that Saturn there, it's going to be, a slow but steady climb to the top, but you can do it.